Assistant with the Center for Public Deliberation at Colorado State University. I'm excited to welcome you all to the first online engagement showcase hosted by the National Coalition for Dialogue and Deliberation and the Center for Public Deliberation at CSU. This showcase is in response to the emergent need for synchronous engagement tools due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Our first showcase is to highlight synchronous engagement tools and platforms that specialize in providing public input, collaborative decision-making, and community dialogue. We've asked our presenters to produce a showcase video that covers their user base, synchronous capabilities, and their pricing structure. Many of our tools and platforms offer demo spaces, free trials, or free limited use accounts. You'll be able to learn all this and more within their booths and join their presenter calls to ask them questions directly. We'll start our showcase off with an introduction from NCDD and the CPD, then to Lucas, a former NCDD board member and founder of QiqoChat, who generously offered to host this showcase, followed by a short introduction from each of our presenters. After the introductions, I'll be back on to ask all of you to share what brought you to the showcase, and I'll conclude with a demonstration of how to navigate QiqoChat using the Zoom screen share. Next up, I welcome Courtney from NCDD.
Thank you, Juliet. And big kudos to Juliet for all of the hard work that she's put in putting this event together. It's been easy for me to go around and tell everyone we have this awesome event coming up, and even easier than normal because Juliet's put in so much work to make what you'll see today happen. So welcome everyone. It's great to be here with you all. I am Courtney Brees, NCDD's Executive Director. And we are so excited to bring you this special event in partnership with the CPD and held on the QiqoChat platform. So I know some of you who are joining us today have heard about this event through other channels than NCDD. So if you're not familiar, NCDD is a network of innovators who bring people together across divides to discuss, decide, and take action on today's toughest issues. So NCDD is really here to serve as a gathering place, a news source, a resource center, and a facilitative leader for this community of practice. So welcome. Today's event is really something that's grown out of the last 6 months of the pandemic. Our community of practice in NCDD, as well as everyone out there pretty much, has had to quickly adapt to an online and remote environment. We as a network have been navigating this shift together, both exploring ways that we can take public engagement work into virtual or hybrid spaces, as well as tackling some of those tough issues that have emerged or just become more prevalent during the pandemic. Through it all, there's remained a need to further explore the tools and platforms that are available to help us support this work, both for the short term, but also for the long term. So we're excited for today's event as the first of its kind, where we're gathering numerous platforms and tools into one event to help you find all the resources that might work best for you in your work. So this is a unique event, but it's part of NCDD's regular lineup where we offer monthly events discussing what's currently going on in the world of engagement, exploring different innovations that emerge, and other interesting topics. We offer community and support for those of you who are doing this work, especially during these unique times. So for those of you who aren't a part of this network already, I really encourage you to consider joining us and working with us to build a more connected and engaged world and our communities. So you can learn more about membership at NCDD at ncdd.org/join. And that's actually a tab on this main lobby in Kiko that you can also check out directly there. All right, so I'm now going to welcome Martine from the CPD to say hello and share a little more about the CPD.
Yeah, hello everyone. So my name is Martine Carkison. I'm a communication studies professor at Colorado State University and the director of the CSU Center for Public Deliberation. We're a local kind of center that focuses on elevating the conversations and bringing people together here in Northern Colorado. I do a lot of that work through students, wonderful students like Juliet, who's been doing all the work to kind of put this together. So I also happen to be the current chair of the board of directors for NCDD doing that work. So I do ask you all to hopefully connect with NCDD if you haven't, and help us kind of keep on working together. The world certainly needs people that are innovators and helping people come together across perspectives and solve all shared problems together. So we're really encouraged to see everyone kind of joining on with this, and hopefully this is the first of many of these that we'll start doing to help share all our tools and build our toolbox more and more. I'm not sure who I'm supposed to pass it off to, so I'll go back to Juliet.
Lucas, I'll have you introduce Kiko to everyone.
Hi, everyone. Super excited to be able to assist Juliet, and she did all the work to make it look great. QiqoChat's the platform here. Here's a 25-second overview. This is the space where you are behind Zoom, and that's how you're going to navigate to all of these great facilitators here. And we do open space events is what we specialize in, but you could do other things like a traditional conference for, say, a government agency, or a trade association, or a job fair, or even religious services. So we'll be down the bottom room, and I look forward to meeting you.
And next up, I'll have Matt from All Sides introduce All Sides to us.
Hi, everybody. All Sides is a media company that shows balanced news, left, center, and right, so that people have a more balanced news diet. We try to provide an alternative to the proposal that there's such a thing as objective news or non-biased news, and instead aim for, like I said, balanced news diet. And what I'm presenting is All Sides Connect, which is our conversation platform that's built around closing distances and divides. It's a web-based alternative to Zoom that we are pitching to education, schools, and civic organizations. And so I look forward to talking to you all.
And next up, I'd like to have Rob from Access Workshops.
Hey guys, pleasure to be with you. My name's Rob, based out of London in the UK. My background is I've been a management consultant for 15 years in renewable energy, solving some pretty big problems there. And I'm also the co-founder of Access, which is the virtual collaboration platform I'll be sharing with you today. It's been built out of experience in the management consultancy Accenture. It's designed to make it simple and easy for anyone to facilitate a brilliant design thinking based workshop, which is inclusive, engaging, allows everyone to have their voice heard, and to make robust collective decisions that are going to stick. So delighted to show you how it works, and looking forward to a conversation. So thank you for having me.
Excellent. Next, I'll have Tim from Civil Space.
Thanks, Juliet. Yeah, we're up here in Vancouver, up in Canada. Excited to be at the showcase today. So Civil Space is it's a digital collaborative engagement suite of tools. We're all about trying to help governments and their citizens and communities really get together and kind of earn trust in the process of being able to collaborate online using digital capabilities. We really believe in contextual content and making that really flexible and capable to have that information that really helps empower people to contribute and feedback and collaborate well, have that right integrated into the digital experience. And we have capabilities on the collaborative side, like ideation and conversation, that are hybrid moderated. So we have this idea of manual intervention and inserting yourself in the conversation, and a whole AI layer that uses natural language processing to help conversations stay in the rails when you need to, sleep and eat dinner and all those things, because we're all humans and we need a break as well. So I'm excited to chat with anyone who's interested in kind of growing their community engagement muscles synchronously or asynchronously, and seeing what we got. Thanks.
Thank you, Tim. And next up, I'll have Kevin from Consider It.
Hey all, really nice to meet you. Thank you so very much for having us today. So I'm one of the founders of Consider It. It's a tool that creates focused and civil online dialogues. And rather than telling you, I'll just show you a quick site that we did with the city of Denver. So Can people see my screen? Thumbs up. Perfect. So here, the city of Denver wanted to have a climate action dialogue with their citizens. First thing you do is introduce the conversation to your individuals. Here we have a list of different proposals, and these are the opinions of their peers. So these are organized. Over 13,000 opinions were given on this site. And what we do is we encourage people to think about all sides of the issue. We push them away from hyperpartisan polls to share their feelings overall on a slider so that they're not completely for or against. And then beneath it, we have Ben Franklin's design solution for deliberation, the pro and con list, where people can write their own pro and con points or drag in the pro and con points of their peers. And in the results screen, you can quickly see where everyone is in your group, but everyone's opinions are completely inspectable. You can see the trade-offs and the reservations of the supporters, and you can also see individuals. So if you want to learn more, stop by our little booth. So thank you so very much for having us.
Thank you. And next up, I'll have Kara to show us Common Ground for Action.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kara Dillard. I'm calling in from Harrisonburg, Virginia, which is home to James Madison University, where I'm faculty, and I'm also a public issues facilitator and process designer. Like many of you, I'm guessing, I was totally skeptical that productive, effective, deliberative conversations could happen online. We've all seen the newspaper comment sections or our friends' Facebook or Twitter feeds go off the rails and hoped that our communities, our neighborhoods could have better discussions. But what struck me the first time that I used Common Ground for Action is how much the platform encourages diverse people to engage with each other, to wrestle together with actions and trade-offs, and then being able to visualize the common ground that we had, that we could take together, was really helpful. CGA is used in middle and high school classrooms. It's used on college campuses. It's used in community libraries and health departments and churches, and by elected officials who want to better understand what their constituents are willing to compromise in order to address the problems that their towns face. Best of all, CGA is free for users, it's free for moderators and conveners. There's no software to download, there's no apps to purchase, no user accounts to create, which makes it super easy to use. And there's also lots of real-time personal tech help provided by the National Issues Forums Institute and me. So stop by the booth. I'd love to show you what CGA can do.
Thank you, Kara. Next, we'll hear from Ethelo.
Hello, everyone. My name is John Richardson. I'm the founder and CEO of Ethelo. Ethelo is a social enterprise based in Vancouver, Canada. It's comprised of a technology company. We provide a platform for local governments, and we also have a nonprofit organization that focuses on citizen participation. So our platform is used by, I guess, about 120 different cities across Canada. We have a number of different specific kind of product lines. Our primary one is called Citizen Budget. It's basically, as you can imagine, a citizen budgeting platform where local residents can go in and basically spend their tax dollars on different departments and experiment with different budgets. What makes Ethelo unique is it's able to aggregate inputs from a large number of citizens and identify specific outcomes that will have broad support. So there's some kind of algorithms underlying the technology that enable the platform to identify scenarios that are non-polarizing, where basically everyone is fairly equal in their levels of support. So we do a lot of budgeting processes, we do community planning, we do capital project and design processes and policy development. So those are our kind of main focus areas. I think if you look at the IAP2 spectrum, you probably are all familiar with the spectrum of engagement. We're very much on the right-hand side around empowerment, enabling participants to do trade-offs, and identify outcomes that will get broad support. So we do, our primary market is local governments. We also work a lot with consultants that work with governments. Generally, we're brought in where there's a kind of a large scale or contentious kind of process, and it's really important to bring diverse groups together and identify kind of consensus. We also provide representative sample services. So we have a marketing team, and we're able to bring in 1,000 or more residents from communities using a variety of different marketing channels to identify kind of a representative cohort and generate really reliable results. So our consultants that we've worked with have won a number of prizes using the platform from IAP2 and other organizations, and I'm very happy to, if someone would like to join me in my little booth, answer your questions and show you how the technology has been used in different situations. So thank you very much, Juliet.
Thank you, John. And next up, we'll hear from Jeremy for GroupMap.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeremy from GroupMap, all the way here in Australia. I'm in a slightly different time zone to you all, so it's 1 a.m. in the morning, so my energy is kind of a bit low at the moment, but I'm feeling it from all you guys, so thanks for that. GroupMap is a visual facilitation tool in terms of the fact that we have templates that you use for brainstorming. We were initially used for face-to-face events and classrooms and workshops, and we ourselves have had to transition to a more digital environment. And so, yeah, the idea is that you create general templates that you might use. Let me just quickly show you what some of them might look like. You design the process flows that you want participants to go through, and it's a group decision-making process, leading them through standard frameworks where you can design the headers and topics and then take them through to a decision point. So yeah, happy to show you how that works in the booth as well.
Thank you, Jeremy. And next, Chris from Conveo.
I should have unmuted before. Hi, thanks for having us. Yeah, Chris Haller with Conveo. Conveo is a content engagement platform for civic projects. So it basically enables you to better convey complex information and collect feedback on it. So it's unique how we blend interactive publishing, either starting with PDFs you might already have or creating landing pages to really get the message across, and then layering commenting and surveys on top of that and injecting that in the right places. Those features make it easy to have a dialogue on like draft plans and policies or workshop materials, presentation boards, etc. And while it wasn't really sort of initially designed for synchronous engagement, we've seen a lot of people now use our platform to support real-time engagement that might be happening in a web meeting or other kind of formats, and really bring their meeting materials in for people to kind of collaborate and work on in real time. So happy to tell you more. Please come see us in our virtual booth. And with that, I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you, Chris. And last up, I'll have Graham tell us a little bit about public input.
Yeah, thank you, Juliet. And I think as a lot of the folks have said already today, really excited to introduce a platform that's focused on involving the public in those conversations with their government agencies, whatever that level of government might be, if it's local all the way up to sort of a state level. We're based in the US, we operate in North America, but really cool to see so many people from around the world dropping in and learning about these tools. One of the things that we provide is we're talking about synchronous tools today, so a virtual public meetings tool that, to be honest, was only recently published as a result, as a lot of people have also said, of the pandemic and the need to provide a tool that allows a public meeting, as it were, right, to occur in a virtual space. Our focus at Public Input, though, is really making this process of involving the public equitable. We know that not everybody has bandwidth to do what we're doing today and show up on a Zoom call. Not everybody has the ability to pull up a text message survey. Not everybody has social media channels that people may want to use to participate in these conversations, and aggregates them in a platform for those agencies. That way we're able to grab the most representative data that we can, and we're really excited to share a little bit more about that in our booth.
Thank you so much, Graham, and thank you to all my presenters for your lovely introductions. Now I'd like to hear a little bit from all of you. What brought you to the showcase? You could either type in the chat or raise your hand in the participant window. So if you navigate to the bottom bar, you'll see the participant tab. You can click that and click the blue raise hand feature, or you could just click the chat tab and tell us what brought you here. Oh, on my participant tab, it's under the ... more, and then you'll see you can do a thumbs up or a hand raise there. Yeah, Aiden.
Hey everyone, I'm Aiden. I'm a student and I'm a part of the CPD. So I'm actually here because I'm really interested in kind of online engagement, and I've never been one for like online platforms, but this kind of whole COVID thing has pushed us into this new era. And I'm actually kind of interested in teaching as well after I graduate from college. And so learning how to do that online, I think would be really cool. So, and then also I'm really passionate about kind of reaching understanding between different opinions. And so a bunch of these platforms and ideas are really cool to me.
Thank you so much, Aiden. And I have SJ Wheeler.
Hello, everybody. Scott Wheeler here from Strategy Arts. I always have to say we're one of the very first B Corps in the country. We do a lot of work in equitable community engagement, which means co-creating programs with nonprofits for the communities they serve and with the communities they serve. Before COVID hit, we did a lot of that work in deep equity work in person, and now we are having to do that in a remote environment. So we are really keen on looking at tools that have flexibility for people, as some of you have said, that are available to people that may not have all the technology in their hands.
Thank you, Scott. Glad to hear you're in the right place. And I have Christina's hand up.
Yes, hi. My name is Christina Hato. I'm a counselor for Bergen Community College, and also a co-director of our Center for Peace, Justice, and Reconciliation. So I've been conducting in-person dialogues for almost 15 years, and now trying, students and faculty really are looking for online dialogues to be able to exchange ideas about topics of our day and continue that interactive engagement, which is very, very minimal right now in our classroom. I'm in a community college, and pretty much all of our classes are asynchronous, except for some of the health professions. So students are really suffering not having that engagement with each other. So I'm looking for platforms to help me do that, because our first dialogue scheduled for the first week of October, and I'm not quite sure what to do.
Well, if any of my presenters think they have a great solution for Christina, I encourage you to private message her and give her a little bit of a lead. And I agree, I'm a public speaking teacher, and we've been encouraged to keep things asynchronous, and it's tough to make it engaging and to create space for them to get to know each other and learn together. Great.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
And Casey, I see your hand up.
Yes, thank you. I just realized my video is not on. Hi, I'm Casey Stushak. I am in West Virginia, USA. I work with the West Virginia Community Development Hub, and we do a lot of on-the-ground community coaching for community development in communities. So we're looking for more online engagement strategies for supporting community teams who are reaching across their members. And of course, if you know West Virginia and the haulers here, there's a lot of different capabilities in terms of being tech savvy or even having broadband capabilities. So the methodologies need to be accessible for small communities with small scale projects and easy for communities to engage in. So just looking to expand our horizons a little bit. We already have a good handle on online engagement and going virtual, but we are always looking to expand into different methodologies. So thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Glad to have you. And I see everyone popping in the chat. I'm glad to see that. But what I'll do from here is I'll just take a minute to show you the navigation of Kiko. On the left-hand side, you can see our presenters listed here. And at the top, you can navigate within their booth to see the various media that they've uploaded. And if you go to the top, you'll see that green join video for Common Ground for Action. So make sure you're joining the presenter call that you'd like to ask questions to. And I'll be up here in the main lobby if you'd like to ask any questions, have any tech issues or anything like that. But without further ado, y'all enjoy the showcase.